Touchdown with Aaron Masemola. On the bench with local legends. Your questions, your heroes.
Welcome to the Touchdown with Aaron Masemola. And yes, it is yet another exciting time for us to chat all things rugby, with rugby being back in South Africa. It is the Super Rugby Unlocked series that is currently taking place. This past weekend, we saw the third round of the competition, and this week we are heading into the fourth round. And looking at the third week, we saw the Bulls have a dominant performance against the Sharks over there, taking that one by 41 points, and the Sharks putting just 14 points on the board. The Sharks were able to score one try, and the Bulls were able to score a massive 6 tries. But joining me is a powerful ball carrier for the Vodacom Bulls. We usually see him in the lock position, and his name is Jan Uys. Jan, how are you doing today?
Great, thanks. And you? Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us, and I think it's always a good opportunity to chat to the rugby players in South Africa. I think one important thing to note is the last time we saw you play your local rugby in South Africa was just before 2016 when you were playing for the Western Province. Then you went over to France and you played some rugby there, and this year we had great news that you are heading back to South Africa, more specifically Pretoria, to play for the Vodacom Bulls. How does it feel to be back in South Africa and playing for the Bulls?
No, it's fantastic being back, and especially being part of a club as big as the Bulls. They reach and everything. It's a fantastic opportunity, and hopefully can express myself soon.
Absolutely beautiful. You talk about expressing yourself quite soon, and I think it's important for us to maybe just touch on your specific journey with the Bulls. You recently joined them, and you are still finding your feet within the setup, and very, very soon we'll be expecting you to play for the Vodacom Bulls. How are you finding your feet within the setup with regards to Jake White being the new coach and the new director of rugby? Some of the players were already within the squad. What's the mood like in terms of the training, and how are you finding yourself within the team?
No, it's really fantastic, like I said, being back, and obviously everything is new, and but the good thing as well is we're a lot of new guys, so it isn't me stepping into a new team that's already settled. It's a lot of new guys, and we're gelling quite nice together. Coach Jake definitely knows what he knows. He's a very good coach, and hasn't been all around where he was for nothing. So he's here for a reason. I think to turn things around.
Definitely. You talk about turning things around, and looking at the performance that we have seen for the Vodacom Bulls thus far in the Super Rugby Unlocked series so far. Many might say it's a little bit inconsistent. We saw them win the first game, lose the second game, but this weekend we saw a great performance from the Bulls over there, a great powerful performance. Looking at the performance as a whole as one of the squad members, what did you think about the convincing win against the Sharks this past weekend?
No, it was fantastic to get a big win over the weekend. I think we really needed it. Like I said, we were all new, and it's only 3-4 months now together as a team that is quite young. And boys is starting to find each other. And I think as the season progresses, it's just going to get better and better.
Definitely. I love what you mentioned that you talk about the players finding each other and almost finding their feet throughout this competition. Looking at the game against the Sharks, you guys scored a massive 6 tries, and it's always difficult to score that amount of tries in a particular game, but it happens when you take your opportunities. Looking at a player like Stedman Hans as well as Marco van Staden, these two players were able to score 2 tries. What do you think these players did right? And looking at the team from the outside, what is the team right doing at the moment to give these players an opportunity to shine?
Like I would always say, is rugby is a team sport, and without the team, no one can shine. But like you said, there was some great individual performances like Stedman's try and Marco, and so I think as a team goes forward, there will be more and more tries and individuals going forward. Yeah.
Definitely. You have joined the team just right now in 2020, and there's been a little bit of inconsistency over the years from the Vodacom Bulls. We haven't seen them be the dominant team that we're used to them being with regards to the previous seasons that we have seen from the team. Is this addition of players like a Dwayne Vermeulen and Joe Aplon, who's unfortunately injured now, as well as other big name players coming into the squad, including yourself, is this possibly a revival of the Vodacom Bulls looking into the future of their rugby?
Yes, I would hope so, definitely. And I think the bringing in guys like Dwayne and Arnold Botha and Gio Aplon, Jason Jenkins all big names, and not to mention there's still a lot more. But yeah, it makes a big difference, especially for younger players coming through and learning from them and seeing how they train, how they do stuff. And yeah, the good thing about these players are that there's no egos. There's no egos in our team, and I think that's a massive part. Everybody is willing to do anything for the team, and I think that's gonna take us back to where the Bulls were.
Definitely. You talk about taking the Bulls back to where they were. This weekend, you guys are playing the Stormers. We have seen the Stormers win their first 2 games in the competition thus far. Not necessarily convincing performances from them, and they are traveling to the Loftus Stadium this coming week. And from your side also, you won your first game, lost the second game, and then won the third one convincingly against the Shark. What can we expect from this encounter, looking at the game that we are seeing at the Loftus Stadium on Saturday?
Yeah, the north-south derby is always a big one. Since my time at Western Province, it was the inverse, and you just want to beat the Bulls. And I think it's the same thing here. We're gonna go out and try to make a point and just build on last week's performance. But yeah, the Stormers is good. They may have been a bit inconsistent, but they have the most World Cup winning Springboks in the team in South Africa, and I think that's big part of their skill set and the people they have there. So it's going to be a big challenge. I think it's going to be a good match. Hopefully we can build on what we did against the Sharks.
Absolutely beautiful. You talk about building on what you guys did against the Sharks. Could we possibly see the Bulls lift 2 trophies this season, that being the Super Rugby Unlocked trophy as well as possibly lifting the Currie Cup again? Is there a chance for the Bulls to change the narrative a little bit this season?
Yeah, that would be awesome, and I think that's the plan. Like I said, going back to the older days with the Frida Prius and the Bakkies Botha, where they won everything. That's where we want to be. When we, I think it's achievable if everything goes right, and if we play like we play, we can play with the players we have. Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Absolutely fantastic. I think one of the most important things looking at your career is that it's still a very, very young career. Is there anything that you would particularly, in your personal capacity and your career at the Bulls, would you like to achieve for the team as well in the next few seasons that you'll play with the team?
Yeah, obviously focus is on this first 2 competitions, the Super Rugby Unlocked and the Currie Cup, and it would be a great start to lift both that trophies. So I hope I can make a influence on that and help the team to carry it forward.
Absolutely beautiful. Jan, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate your time. I think most importantly, we look forward to watching your star rise. We look forward to watching you back on the field again in South Africa. And good luck for the 2 competitions that lie ahead, that Super Rugby Unlocked trophy, as well as the Currie Cup that lies ahead this season. All the best.
Thanks, Aaron. I appreciate it.
Touchdown with Aaron Masemola. On the bench with local legends. OFM Sport. The personalities behind the plays.